Coming up in this video, when in an accident, dashcam footage is the best piece of evidence to prove your innocence, but it also captures some of the most bizarre events on the open road, from machete-wielding men to aerial phenomena. These 30 scary videos caught on dashcam will shock you. Number 30. Abduction attempt. This dashcam captured something that will make your heart stop. An attempted abduction in broad daylight. TikToker DashCamera1 shares this terrifying video captured in Florida. The suspect first stakes out the young girl who is playing alone at a bus stop. The suspect then returns moments later and waits as cars pass by. You can see the girl react instinctively as the man starts charging at her. According to some in the comments, the girl was playing with blue slime, which helped identify the suspect. I confirmed this through Inside Edition, which reported that the suspect was armed with a blade, and the 11-year-old managed to defend herself. The suspect was taken into custody later that afternoon, still with blue slime all over his arms. This is truly terrifying, but thankfully it ends well. Not only was the girl able to defend herself from this crazed individual, but she managed to tag him in the process. Number 29. Tired driving. Drowsy driving is more dangerous than most people realize. TikToker NT Clips shares this footage of a driver passing out on dashcam. The driver's head just flops forward. It's unclear if he fell asleep or lost consciousness for some other reason. Just as things get really scary as he turns around toward oncoming traffic. He slowly regains consciousness. Some say this video is fake, but it looks all too real to me, and it definitely highlights how dangerous it can be to get behind the wheel while sleep deprived. Number 28. Machete-wielding men. Why worry about lions on your safari in Kenya when you've got these guys to contend with? Storyful shares this footage of a group of machete-wielding men in Kenya's Rift Valley.
I'd rather assume they do than not.
Drive forward, cross it.
Just drive forward. Drive forward.
Hey!
Bryant Swenson was driving with his wife when this group of men charged their Land Cruiser. Bryant keeps his cool, moving to the far side of the road, but upon seeing their blades, he reverses before pulling hastily forward at the urge of a passenger. You can hear the group talking about the incident in the aftermath.
Still there?
Yeah, they're running into the... Dang! Woo!
Oh.
Gunshots.
Dang.
No, they're running up to them.
That relief is founded. After all, they barely escaped this.
Yeah. Drive forward, cross it.
Just drive forward. Drive forward.
Hey!
These men seem like they mean serious business. I believe this crew is lucky to be alive. Number 27. Collapse. Not sure how safe it is to be in a vehicle during an earthquake, but it's gotta be safer than being in these buildings. TikToker Tio Official 1 shares this dashcam footage of a 7.7 magnitude quake in Turkey. A second vehicle captures another horrific collapse during the same quake. According to TikToker CanXKara XX, this was the second quake in the same day during 2023, the first of which occurred at 4 in the morning and was equally destructive. +50,000 lives were lost during this event, and to me, this video makes a strong argument that quake safety building codes should be enforced. Number 26, drunk driver. It's no secret that impaired driving is life-threatening. The YouTube channel for City News shares this insane footage of a drunk driver traveling from Richmond to Vancouver and on to Burnaby. The car meanders into the opposite lane. And this meandering continues as they drive on. The driver is clearly having a hard time maintaining a straight line, but somehow they still manage to get themselves out of this ditch. On many occasions, they find themselves in the wrong lane, facing oncoming traffic. They drive through red lights without pause. And finally, their meandering takes a hit. Smashing through that fire hydrant results in a flooded street, and many in the comments say that this easily could have been prevented. This is one for the books, and if the streets had been any busier, I'm sure it would have gotten the perpetrator locked up for a long time. Number 25, Road Rager. People like this can't get away with their rage anymore thanks to dash cams. TikToker Angry Taco captured this Road Rager going full on Hulk in this scary video. The dude busts the window open, leaving them shocked. What led up to this? According to the account, not enough to provoke such rage. It looks to me like the young driver handled this well. He didn't escalate, and hopefully he got justice in the end. Number 24, In the Sky. What's that in the sky? TikToker MBangaman237 shares this footage of an unexpected aerial event in Russia. As they see the incoming light show, everyone stops on the side of the road to capture the mysterious event on camera. You might be wondering what in the world that is. Is it a satellite falling to Earth, a meteor, a rocket? Being that every one of these things have been spotted in the Russian sky, it's hard to tell. I couldn't find exactly what this light source is, but being that it flies upward, my money is on a rocket. Number 23, roadblock. While tearing down this highway at night, a roadblock appears ahead. What's behind it though? This scary dashcam footage was captured in Edison, New Jersey. The driver sees a man lurking in the shadows. The man walks between the roadblocks, not letting him pass.
What's going on? Can I help you with something?
As the man reaches for his pocket off camera, the driver takes his chance and speeds ahead. The suspected carjacking attempt was reported to authorities soon after, and I don't think this driver will stop for a roadblock again. Number 22, Georgia Ghost. Did this dashcam capture a ghost crossing? YouTuber Alice in Wonderland 74 shares this scary video of a somewhat freaky figure on a bridge. Not only does the figure look like she appears out of nowhere, but she seems to walk directly into the side of the vehicle. What is going on here? The female figure was crossing a highway north of Marietta, Georgia. According to the Post, the driver exited his vehicle after crossing the bridge because he was afraid he hit someone. He went to investigate but found no evidence of it, and the woman was nowhere in sight. Spooky. Considering the other sightings, I'd say we have a legit ghost on our hands. Number 21, ambush. Imagine seeing these guys popping up one by one out of nowhere. TikToker Dashland.co shares this dashcam footage of what is likely an attempted ambush. As more men appear on the side of the highway, it becomes clear what's going on. They've built an obstruction in the middle of the road in order to hijack the vehicle and its contents. While some of the men try to climb onto the truck, the driver has a difficult choice to make. Let them have it or carry on anyways. He chooses the second choice. Simply plowing over their roadblock, the driver avoids the highway pirates, and his cargo is safe. I think this guy did the right thing, and hopefully the failed ambush prevents these men from further attempts. Number 20, unlucky. The unlucky are often in the wrong place at the wrong time. Redditor Champ B shares this dashcam footage titled, "Just My Luck." After several minutes of perfectly safe driving, something shocking happens. As many in the comments note, that was completely unexpected. Most are surprised about how the tree shattered. The tree broke through their windshield, but it seems the driver was otherwise alright. I think this would have me shook for a while though, if not a lifetime. Number 19, meet up. Pro tip, don't meet up with a date at 1 a.m. TikToker I Follow Rome 2 shares this footage originally posted by Jason G. At 1 in the morning, Jason was supposed to meet a woman he'd been messaging on a dating app. He only had her address, not her number, but when he showed up, all the lights were off and she wasn't responding to messages. Then she unmatched him, but as he went to leave, this happened. Watch to the left. Freaky. As Jason turned around out of the cul-de-sac, this person walks into the middle of the street, and then he comes after him. Apparently, the man tried to open the driver's side door, which was thankfully locked. And on closer inspection, the stranger is wearing a creepy mask. All viewers, me included, have come to a consensus about this one. Jennifer writes, "This was a bad idea from the start." Number 18, dressed in white. A figure dressed in white, a dirt road in darkness. Is this a nightmare? TikToker Papoy10doc YT shares this creepy footage of an unusual encounter. Perfectly abnormal. The car simply weaves around the figure, leaving the mystery behind. The figure remains still, its face is indiscernible. What is it doing here in the darkness of night? I don't think we'll ever have the answer to that question, but in my opinion, with how motionless it remains, it could be a statue or a scarecrow, although I don't know why it would be placed in the middle of the night. What do you think it is? Number 17, shattered. You'll be double checking the straps on your next load after watching this. Redditor Talking Timmy shares this video of a near life-ending experience. The large sheet of wood flies into the lane from opposing traffic. Take another look. You can see on the right that the wood collides with the red car too. It's unclear what damage it does to the red car, but as for the truck, its windshield is shattered, which you can see as the Redditor passes him. The Redditor says they would have been hit had they passed some slower traffic moments earlier. I guess luck was on their side. I think the moral of this story is to make sure your load is secure, otherwise you may end up killing someone. Number 16, Dashcam Australia. This one might give you a light heart attack. TikToker It's What It Was shares this footage of a semi-truck drifting a little too close. That near miss would give anyone palpitations, but if you watch closely, you're likely to be impressed. The semi's tires don't even hit the curb. Although this would undoubtedly be terrifying for the dashcam driver, I gotta give credit where credit is due. That tanker really pulled that one around. 10 out of 10. Number 15, close call, drive defensively. Why? Because there are too many drivers on the offensive out there, like this one. TikToker Ivana Williams Armory shares this dashcam footage of a near miss.
А почему ты решил 250 отправить? Я тебя... Ой, мать.
That was a close one. Where was the oncoming driver going? There's not even a road there.
Я тебя...
TikTokers have some thoughts.
Я тебя... Ой, мать.
I honestly have no idea what came over this driver. Maybe a medical emergency, but thankfully, the dashcam driver had quick enough reflexes to prevent a head-on collision. Number 14, shadow figure. Your eyes can play tricks on you when you're driving down the highway at night. YouTuber Luis Rebel shares this dashcam footage that prompts those inside the vehicle to ask, is that a person? Watch closely. Did you see it? Look to the left. A tall shadow figure comes into view. Some in the comments are saying they had a similar encounter on the 91 freeway. It definitely looks like a shadow figure to me, but being that several people have seen it on this highway, maybe it's something explainable. Who volunteers to go check? Not it. Number 13, triple bad. This vehicle didn't just do one illegal maneuver, they did a trifecta. TikToker Rodeler shares this footage of a vehicle passing another in a residential area, which is illegal, on a double yellow line, which is illegal, in a school zone, which is very illegal. No bueno. This driver either had an emergency or has no regard for human life. Either way, I think it's time to revoke their license. Number 12. Turn around. Roadway surfaces can sometimes be deceiving. Redditor Froggy Ribbits shares this footage of a pretty deceptive roadway that will make your head spin. The road doesn't appear to be that wet, nor do the conditions look icy, so why the spin? The Redditor added some context. I think luck was on this driver's side, as there weren't any cars behind them. This could have been much worse. Number 11, oncoming. Yet another case of wrong way traffic. Redditor Mike BWN_80 shares this footage of a near miss at night. Watch closely and you can see the car in front nearly hits the oncoming vehicle, swerving out of the way just in time. But the car in question doesn't make it out so well. The Redditor doesn't include any further information, so I'm not clear why this driver ended up on the other side of the highway. In the end, I hope all involved were unharmed. Number 10, squeezed. You definitely don't want to find yourself in this position on the highway. Redditor Man Renaissance shares this footage of a tight squeeze that's got me claustrophobic. This semi is at fault, and it doesn't even stop, leaving many viewers shocked. I agree that the injured party has a solid case based on this dashcam footage, and hopefully the aggressor is soon off the road. Number 9. Scary? Is this guy scary? Or does he just think he is? TikToker Alien Membrane shares this dashcam footage of a very odd encounter. The man pulls to a complete stop, blocking the freeway entrance, and then approaches slowly with this stare down. I have no idea what's going on here, but I assume this is his attempt to intimidate. And what's with the gloves? Is he a hitman? Again, I don't know what this is about, but I'd just go around him. Number 8. Ghostly figure. This ghostly figure is causing drivers to call out for help. TikToker Apitas Kandar Che shares this dashcam footage on a dark road at night.
Allahu Akbar! Mana kepala dia? Allahu Akbar, mana kepala dia? Tak ada kepala, weh!
Did you see what they saw?
Tak ada kepala, weh!
I don't know what this figure is, but I don't blame them for their reaction. Looks like it could be a phantom. If I saw this, I'd be calling for help too. Number 7. Too close. This almost accident could have been avoided. TikToker Marsh93.1 shares a video that's too close for comfort. The car ahead almost hit two different vehicles going in opposite directions. It even caused one of them to come to a complete stop. According to the uploader, the driver was a man, deep in conversation with his passenger, and completely oblivious. According to others in the comments, incidents like this happen frequently at this junction. I don't know if the driver learned from this incident or not. It seems it didn't even cause him to break his stride. Number 6. Brake checking. Who is at fault here? TikToker Dashcam Deutschland shares this video of a BMW apparently brake checking and causing this driver to rear-end them. Watch closely.
Because it was true of almost every referendum I've ever been anywhere, was the people who went all the way through the was still basically...
Insurance fraud much? A couple gets out of the BMW while the driver pulls forward to get off of the road, and they start harassing the driver.
Was the option. That's happened almost everywhere. And that's great either. Because it didn't feel like a status quo, oddly, did it? I mean, that was one of the great victories of the snake oil salesman, is that it felt like a kind of...
Although there is no info about how this accident was resolved, I'm sure this dashcam footage will help. And frankly, it looks to me like the BMW was in the wrong. Number 5. The Stander. Though this capture is brief, it's certainly bizarre. TikToker Ricky Eats World shares this strange footage of a figure standing still as a statue at the side of the road. To me, it's creepy how still and straight the person is standing. It seems uncanny. The uploader makes this weirder by explaining that the footage was captured at midnight in the middle of nowhere. Is the figure just waiting for his Uber, as some suggest? I think not. It all looks quite suspicious to me. Number 4. $20,000 damage. Blink and you'll miss it. Redditor Mia Kisa shares an incident that caused $20,000 in damages to their trailer. See if you can spot it. I'm sure you saw it, but like me, you probably can't tell what it is at first glance. The Redditor explains that it's a tire that fell off of a truck. This single tire cost 5 figures in damages. I can't blame the Redditor for being upset, but on the bright side, at least it didn't cost a life. Number 3. Surprise Lake. Daily mundane commutes to work can leave you driving on autopilot. But that wasn't the case for Redditor 17 Silverado V8, who submitted this video of a surprise lake covering the road at 3:30 in the morning. The Redditor said they didn't see it until they hit it head on. After eventually slowing down from the initial surprise, the truck is still deep in water. The Redditor also shared the same lake but in daylight after work. All I can say is, I'm sure glad they didn't hydroplane. Who knows what could have gone wrong if that happened. This video goes to show you never know what you may encounter on the road. Number 2. Ghost Woman. This lady in red appears and then reappears many times on this dark road in Malaysia. TikToker Grimface the Creepypasta shares this creepy footage of what may be a ghost woman. She appears in a flash. Again. And again. And yet again. Is this for real? Some in the comments say this looks familiar. I definitely think this could be paranormal. It's too unsettling to discredit. I've got a challenge for you. If you're curious about what I look like in real life, then go to my Instagram at DylanIsChillinYT and tap that follow button to find out. Number 1. Twister. Want to see a tornado up close, but from the safe distance of a dash cam? Then check out this footage from the YouTube channel for CTV News. This twister occurred south of Ottawa, Canada. What's terrifying to me is the destruction of everything in its path. With dash cams, you can experience the eye of the storm firsthand without losing your life. In fact, you can have lots of near life-ending experiences, as we've seen in this list of scary videos caught on dash cam footage. Take a deep breath. Seems like we all have 9 lives.